Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, and good night, wherever it is, whenever it is you watch this video. Well, it's time for another update to the 7070 Typeset album. I was able to go to a coin show very recently and was able to pick up a couple of new editions for the Typeset album. A couple of $50 and a commemorative silver dollar, actually. It's kind of funny how I ended up with this one. But for right now, I'm going to break these out. Give me a minute to crack this one out of its case. For those of you that have watched my channel, you guys know that I don't like breaking proof sets out of cases and that sort of stuff. But in this particular case, I don't have a problem cracking it out of this holder. So I'll get this out of the holder, I'll get these out of the flips, and then I will bring you right back to talk about what we're doing. All right, we are going to turn to the $50 page, because I actually have two $50 to add to the collection today. And we're going to talk a little bit about the $50 and the typesets. So those of you that have typeset albums know that they have different date ranges for coins, and sometimes you'll stumble across a coin, seems to fit a spot, but it doesn't really fit a spot, or there's a coin missing entirely. So the 7070 is a typeset album, and there are other companies that make typeset albums, but there is some variety in what gets left out, because this isn't every single type that has been minted. It is a majority of those that have been minted. And there's also some creative license taken as well on what you put where. Something to keep handy, and any collector always want to keep handy, is your red book. Okay, this red book is important even when you're looking at your typeset album, trying to make sure you get the right type of coin to go into that slot. For example, this 1953 to 1955 slot is actually covers two types. If you remember in a video previously, I got a hold of a Arrows $50. So this is the one that's going to go in here, actually. It's a 1854. And we'll see if we can see the mint mark. There we go. 1854 out of New Orleans. Now, this is just the with arrows. It's called with arrows because of the arrows down here by the date. However, in 1953, there was a 1953 minted in Philadelphia and a 1953 minted in New Orleans that also added rays to the back. So if you're familiar with the shield nickel with rays, or any of the other coins that have the rays coming out from behind the bird, or other adornments on the reverse of the coin, you'll know kind of what that looks like. And I have another video where I talked about a 1853 with arrows and rays. So you could choose to have put that in this spot, because the spot says 1853 to 55 with arrows. However, because I'm a little more particular about that, I didn't put my 1853 in here because it's not with arrows. It's with arrows and rays. Now, you might think, Carl, that's a little bit silly. Why are you that way? Good question. Many people ask me a lot why I am the way that I am, but that is just how I wanted to do it. So that's that spot. But I want to go back and look at the red book here, right? So here you have that 1853, 1853-0. There's your arrows at date plus the rays. You can kind of see the rays in the picture there here in the book. And then you move into this next section that is 54 to 55. So really you only have 1, 2, 3 years that this particular coin was minted. And then we move into the next section. And now this is what I'm talking about. So in the typeset album, it stops at 1955 and starts again at, or 1855 and starts again at 1866. So they're leaving out this particular one, this section here, where it goes back to the variety 1 which is back here. Okay, we talked about the original Liberty seated. Okay. So that's the story with this particular spot, but also why there is a date range missing. And then our next coin here is, this one's a little bit more slicked out. This one is an 1867, fairly worn down, but I'm going to try to see if I can catch the light just right. Oh, there it is. It is an S mint mark. You can see it just under the eagle there on the back. So this 1867 out of San Francisco, there's 1 million of them minted, 1.2 million. It's in good condition at the best, but it fills that spot. So I'm going to go ahead and put this down in here. This is our Liberty seated with motto $50. And then I want to call this out again. There are so many varieties of this seated half. So here again, in 1873 and 1875, they switched back to using arrows at the dates again. So you could actually have put a Liberty seated with arrows in a different time in this spot as well. Or you could have technically put the 1873 to 1874 in this spot. However, because it had arrows, I didn't want to put that in this spot here. So you want to be careful. Well, if you're a particular collector and want to make sure you have the coins that are representative of what is intended to go in there, you want to watch a little bit closer. But there we have 2 more $50 added to the 7070 on this page. Now I'm only missing that Standing Liberty, but I've told you many times I have been wanting to get a very specific 1970 or 1917D variety one. So I want to find one of those, and I'm still looking for a cap bust half. Go ahead and put the plastic back in here, and then we will hop to the commemorative silver dollar. All right. So I finally picked one of the silver dollars. You gotta be careful. You get a face reveal, and nobody wants that. I've been very particular about the coins I put in, especially ones that have a lot of opportunity for variety. So the commemorative $50, for example, there's tons of different ones. These commemorative silver dollars, there's tons of these as well. So I specifically wanted to find the Boy Scouts of America silver dollar out of Philadelphia. This is the proof. It was minted in 2010. As a former scout, this coin is important to me. Brings back a bunch of great memories of being in scouting. So that's the one that's going to go into this typeset. Now I'm going to keep all the packaging and stuff. So if I ever decide to break up my typeset someday, I will be able to put stuff back in it. But the story behind this particular coin, I was actually looking for more proof sets. And the coin dealer I was talking to at the show went to look in his bin, and he's like, well, I don't have that one. I don't have this one. I got a pile of these Boy Scouts of America. I didn't even know those were in there. And I'm like, ooh, hey, what would you want for one of those? And so we struck a deal on that. And I picked up one of these at a really good price at that coin show. But I really, really like this one. Continuing the journey. This was the centennial, the 100 years of scouting in the United States. Have the BSA logo as well as the fleur de lis there in the back. Very, very cool coin. It has a little bit of, you can't really see it. There's a little bit of a scuff or some, there it is. There, now you can see it. So I worked out a deal with him for this one here, and here there's some spots, but it's going into the set right now. I'm going to use the sleeve there. There we go. And let's go ahead and put that plastic back. And there we have a page in the 7070 completed with the Boy Scouts of America commemorative silver dollar. Still waiting to find that $50 commemorative $50 that strikes a chord with me to go here. Have some expensive silver dollars to locate yet. Quarter and a half, and then this half cent. So 1, 2, 3, 7. 7 coins left to complete the 70/70. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the updates. Hope you enjoyed the coins that I put in here. I thank every single one of you for continuing to support my channel. Hope I am continuing to share some good information. And don't forget, I do have a giveaway running for my 333 subs. Make sure you hit that like button, tell your friends, subscribe, and as always, have a great day.